The Lagos State House of Assembly has fulfilled its promise of a monetary reward of 1,250,000 naira for information on the perpetrators of the molestation and sodomization of 3 women at Ejigbo in Lagos. The women were accused of allegedly stealing pepper at the central market there, and one of them eventually died from the torture. The House Committee set up to investigate the case held a public hearing barely 2 weeks ago, where it announced the monetary reward. Following the progress recorded in the case and the arrest made so far by the police, the House decided to make good its promise.
The first informant, the person who first told us, about it, that, this and this and so that will be, because of the prime position that that informant, took in the scheme of things, will be given 500,000. The victim, the mother, and now the father as well, because we understand the suffering he also went through, not for the suffering now, but the fact that he even had to pay, before the daughter died and the rest of those things. So between him, his wife, and the daughter that's alive, well, we won't say, we will not want to break the family into two, but 500,000 will go to them. So what we had in mind was give the old man 250, give the mother and daughter 250. So to the family, 500,000, and the elder who also finally brought the perpetrator, for us to hand the perpetrators over to the police. We will also give our thank you, sir, 250,000 naira.
The Speaker of the House commended the efforts of the Women and Rights for Change initiative, who have been in the forefront of the fight for justice for the women, and all other parties who made vital contributions.
I didn't believe it could happen in Lagos, our own Lagos. I didn't believe it. But when people like Dr. Odumake came up strongly on this, I felt, well, we'll give it a shot. But I doubt it. I really doubted the veracity of that story. I did not believe it could happen. But I think I've been proved wrong. I want to seize the opportunity to thank Dr. Odumake and our team. And again, I thank all members of the House, especially members of the team that the House set up to look into the case. I thank you for a job well done.
President, Women and Rights for Change Initiative, Joe Odumake, extolled the swift response of the lawmakers. She expressed satisfaction on the arrests made so far, and said her group was, however, not relenting until ultimate justice runs its full course for the victims.
We were really happy when we embarked on the march, and we had no other destination than the Hallowed Chambers of the Lagos State House of Assembly. We were received, and with lightning speed, that committee was set up. After it was set up, they started working. In the process of working, we then realized that this crime was committed almost a year ago, and it did happen.
We accosted the chairman of the House Investigative Panel after the meeting. He gave us a brief of just how challenging the investigation had been.
We visited the market in Ejigbo. We watched the film thoroughly, visited the market, compared the market background with what we saw in the video. We also had series of interviews with people living around there, market leaders, religious leaders, council officials, so many people. And we were very glad that within 24 hours after that public hearing, we started getting information. We got information from somebody that said she knew the victims.
With this latest development, the House announced that the case will now be handed over to the State Office of the Public Defender for further actions.
What we intend to do is, now that we have the victims with us, is that first of all we have to put them in protective custody of the state. They have to go into protective custody, both the victims and the witnesses. And then also the suspects have been handed over to the police now. So it is now OPD, we are now representing the victims of this case. As their lawyers now, because we've been briefed, we will have to go to the police station and ensure that the police does the investigation. And luckily for the IG had spoken this evening and said that he wants a thorough investigation of the case, which we are quite happy about. So we are going to assist the police to ensure that all whatever cooperation that they need from the victims and the witnesses, we are going to give to them, and whatever evidence that we have, so that it can assist the police in their investigation. And afterwards, we believe that, yes, when the police have finished with their investigation, the case file will be forwarded to the Directorate of Public Prosecution, Lagos State, for them to give a proper legal opinion on it.
The journey to prosecuting the perpetrators of the act seems to be taking a progressive dimension. The hope is that the culprits of this horrific act would soon have their day in court. Chidima Chikezie, TV 360, Lagos.